Hey, thank you for watching. It might look elaborate to have a tent and a stove like this, but it's kind of easy to set up. The environment that we are right here, the public lands, it's been logged for years. And once they log, have access to a bunch of resources that are ready for you on the ground. It's amazing. In certain seasons, you can have access to the best strawberries, best raspberries, the best anything you want, basically. Blackberries, blueberries, wild edibles, and logs. Logging industry gives you access to the land. It's public land, so I just want to teach people there's something called respect to nature. There's a fire pit here, fire spot, and it's been totally used as a garbage. So I'm not saying you can't throw your garbages in a fire, but there's maybe a fire you can do somewhere else than on a main fire. I just dropped that. But that's another issue. Respect of the land. I came here. It's a jack pine forest. It grows on sand. I know there's trails, and I know there's turnarounds here like this. There's a lake right here, and look, we found the perfect spot. There's a band of wood here that hadn't been cut between where they cut in here, so it blocks the wind. There's a trail here if you want to go somewhere. There's the lake here, trees over here, and you have a nice view here. Nothing better. Like, you cannot have anything better. Carrots. There's a bunch of carrots there, and the cache is right here. A couple of trucks are passing by. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. People actually threw drawers in the fire. Yeah, I want to thank this guy. Hey, merci, man. I got a 1 foot long wood stove. Merci, man. Thank you very much, man, for making me these logs. It's very, very appreciated. Thank you very much. I got a bunch of logs I can split now to put in my wood stove. Okay, I've been trying to split this for a while. The knots are not in the right place. It's really important to wear security glasses. I didn't think it was that important, but I know it's really important to protect your eyes, but I didn't really put that much efforts. But it's really important. Put your sunglasses on, or your security glasses. Protect your eyes. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's hard to split, bro. Amazing. Holy shit. You don't want to hurt yourself. What's this? You can go like this, but so many problems can happen. And you see, just right before I hit the ground, doesn't really matter. It's sand. That's good. Was holding with the. See, this is perfect. Here's a trick. You roll, put some tape around it. Yeah, that was a tree that was already cut like that, so taking advantage of it. It's nice to have a nice split-in log like this. Pretty cool.
Move. Come on, get out of here. But in Quebec, the best way you can practice bushcraft, there's lots of logging fields like that. They logged everything, they planted everything, so everything is cleared out. So whatever you find, you can use it for your bushcraft camp. And on jack pine areas like this, it's poor soil. Everything drains down. It doesn't hold nutrients. So jack pine is the perfect environment to make fires even, and it's sandy on the ground. So it's another good advantage to find these to find where the habitats of these trees, so you can have your camp done at the right place at the right time. This is hunting season. There was a sign here, but I'm not hunting here. I'm just using his firewood and but yeah, it was already cut by the guys for sure, but I don't see anything here, so we're gonna stay here. There you go. Bring that into the tent. Hope it's gonna fit. Really hope it's gonna fit. Because that wood stove is pretty small. Perfect. Amazing. Yes, sir. That's amazing.
So by giving us access to the land, we're more responsible of our actions, because I'm going to bring people out here, I just want to make sure that people understand that you can light a fire to the forest right away. It's a dangerous thing. And then you cannot be sure of everything you do if you go as far as I go in the woods. So by coming with somebody that knows a bit more like me, watching my videos, getting informed with the locals, that'll help you a lot. You can call your local MRC in Quebec. It's the regional places, the regional association that deals with your area, and they're going to tell you if it's public land, if it's municipal free, or if it's private. And then it's up to you. You can ask the permission to people if you can access to their land and use the resources, but I would simply suggest you to make sure that you can find a spot on public land where you can make fire safely and you can have access to the seasons that you want to come to. Because sometimes if you want to come back in the winter, some spots you can, unless you have a snowmobile, you will not be able to access it. But in summertime, public land is all there for us. It's free, but you have to respect certain laws. You can't cut the wood that's there. So that's why by coming on old loggers' fields, around them, you can always find a spot where there's a bunch of wood around you. They didn't clear cut everything. There's a lot of natural resources that are already been cut for you and ready for you in these areas. So get informed. I'm bringing a few people on public land, maybe 1 or 2 courses for the November group shelter course. I join you to watch my videos, and this is going to be something very interesting because we're actually going to be a group for the group shelter. Yes, I'm really happy I brought my bike. 29ers. It's really easy to go on the trails. The tires just go over anything. It's pretty cool. I have Alex rims and Jackrabbit tires because I like to go on longer distances around the cities. I'm not in the woods as much, so I don't need the big studs and everything. But I'm really satisfied with this bike. You know, it only cost me $500. It's amazing. Really, 2 disc brakes, and it's perfect for the trail. I built this fire pit right here because this old fire pit here was so dirty
I mean, it was simply disgusting. So what I'm trying to do here is make a fire, like what's it called, a chimney, and then now I can add more rocks here and add the last chimney part. So I'm trying to use clean earth to do it. Yeah, so a nice shovel here. You could use a trifold military shovel, it's pretty good. This works really nicely too. It's in my truck all the time. Let's go, boy. Go. Go, go, go. Go.
L'écureuil! Va chercher l'écureuil! You can see that's the root here, so that was on the ground, pretty much useless, but that's all you can find around logging fields like this. It's amazing. Just got some small firewood along where they logged everything in a jack pine forest. It's sat on the ground. I just walked around, found the pieces that I needed for my wood stove, and if anything you're looking for, you can find it along where they combed everything, they plowed everything on either side after they logged. Then people come and plant. So it's not really a problem to access these places. It's safe for fires. You have access to lots of resources that are already cut and ready for you. That's another good thing. So there's also permits you can get to get your firewood for your house from old logger fields that are closed. Here it's closed. There's a hunter that just claimed this place, and I'm just here because there's nobody here. Okay, I just finished this afternoon's nap. That was a power nap. It was a much needed nap. Came here at night. So we left around 6, 7 o'clock and we got here around 10, 11. And when we got here this morning, I noticed they hid the guys that came here to plant trees. That was hidden under a tree, so it was in the shade. And they're really good because they still have their fertilizers in there. So I'm going to plant them. I'm going to keep this cassette. What they do, they take a bunch of these trees, they put it in their pockets, or they have a rack for these cassettes. That's how we call them here. So now this is a chaga tea I'm making. So what I like to do this. I like to simply grind some chaga, put it in here as soon as it's boiled. Then bring it back to a boil.
enough. As usual. You can reuse chaga a few times, but in my coffee I just use it once. I think also it acts like a certain filter. It takes some of the heavy metals that goes down to the bottom. And I put out a whole lot, so I make sure I get a lot of effect from it. And just cowboy style. Then all I have to do is this, and shake it a little bit, and we have ourselves a chaga coffee, afternoon coffee. Perfect. There you go. Then I'm just gonna transfer that to a thermos. Not to lose any energy, and that's it. That should last all night. You see the size of that log? That's what I'm telling you guys. It was I went down there, down the hill, and I found this huge log. I know it's not the winter, but it's pretty cool to have this because we don't have to put anything else for the whole night.
Thank you for watching. I really appreciated last night. Wood stove in the tent. We had the frost. It was amazing. With this, you stay off the ground. You're okay. It's the luxury of le bonheur total. La crise de paix. Oh yeah. Let's put down the stove. It's still smoking. As simple as that. It's really not that hard to set up the tent and to pack it back. I'm telling you, it's really nothing. But access to the land and making a nice flat spot is most likely the problem. And in the winter, the ground is frozen, there's no snow, it's hell. So when you have this much snow, you pile it down, it's okay. That was good. So we had a good night. And it's important to remove all the pegs, because people are going to stumble on it. And use quick release knots, which prevents you from working on a tangled line. It's very fast. Check this out. Very fast.
and it's going to be folded in a minute. There we go. Take these pegs out. That's it. Ask the dog to move. Move. Take the stuffing bag, and then see you later, sayonara. Oh. Let's do this again. See you later. There we go. No problem, as easy as that.
Get the picture?